evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Upper St. Clair Panther basketball. We're just about ready to finish up warm-ups. Both teams returning to their benches. I'm Hank Chesko, joined tonight, videographer Sarah Merzlak. We've got the St. Clair Panthers and the finals of the Model Cleaners Tip-Off Classic. We'll be playing the Central Catholic Vikings.
Complimentary admission to this event entitles you to enjoy an exhibition of skills developed by the students in an educational setting. Please give these students your positive encouragement and support. Booing, taunting, or intimidating.
We'll be going to the introductions of the players here shortly. Both teams come here tonight by virtue of winning on Friday. Central Catholic beat Char Valley, and the Panthers knocked off Fox Chapel in the first round.
I'd like to make a quick announcement. Last night we had a unique experience. We had two coaches with over 1,250 games and approximately 950 wins with 49 years at the same school. Tonight we have Andy Hoser with 16 years in Upper St. Clair and Chuck Crummey with 31 years. They have over 850 wins, over 1,150 games coached. Let's give these coaches a great hand. This is an amazing statistic. Are you ready to play some basketball?
The consolation game that was played a little bit earlier tonight. Very exciting.
They will obviously be the visiting team.
Char Valley held off a late run by the Fox Chapel Foxes for a 63-61 win.
He wears 20-01. He is Claude Scott.
Look for Claude to match up underneath against our Garrett Del Rey.
At guard, he is 5'11". He is a junior. He wears number 15. He is Michael Anselmo.
Anselmo will be running the point for the Vikings.
He's a junior. He wears number 22. He is Lincoln Davis.
My guess is that they'll try to match up Davis on Limberio.
He is a senior. He wears number 11. He is Nolan Doyle.
Another guard. They share the point position.
He's a senior. He wears number 5. He is very good luck Central Catholic. They are coached by head coach Chuck Crummey, assisted by Devin Crummey, Sean Crummey, and Joe Fitzgerald.
Also look for Erda as well as Davis to be spending some time trying to shut down Limberio. If you didn't watch the previous broadcast, Limberio torched the Foxes for 31 points last night.
At guard, he's 6 foot. He's a junior. He is number 3. He is Derek Young.
Derek did a nice job running the point last night against the Foxes. Drained a couple of threes.
He is Mike Worthy.
Mike had a solid defensive game last night. Little struggle from the free throw line. Look for him to improve on that. Second half last night against Fox Chapel, Dakota shut down the top scorer, Duquette.
Number 41. He is Garrett Del Rey. And rounding out your starting 5 is forward, 6'6". He's a senior. Where's number 4? Steve Limberio. The Panthers are coached by
Last night, the Panthers were led by their seniors, Del Rey and Limberio. Limberio owned the first half with 21 in the first half and finishing with 31. Del Rey owned the second half, specifically the third quarter, blew open what was a close game with 16 points in the second half. As I started to say a little bit earlier, the preliminary game, the consolation game, was Fox Chapel versus Char Valley. Char Valley sprinted out to a 20-point lead early in the second half, but a furious charge in the third quarter with some clutch three-point shooting by Fox Chapel closed them. They got within 2 at the end, a three-pointer near the buzzer. So the game was very exciting. Another well-played, entertaining game. The Panthers did suffer one injury last night. Ben Dabbitt, junior guard, did take a shot to the jaw. Had some work done on it today. He's got some wiring done. I talked to him before the game. He hopes to be back at practice next Tuesday. Best wishes. Hope you get well soon, Ben. I know you had the knee surgery over the summer, and I just hope you can bounce back from this injury as well. Ball worked inside to 21 Scott. He can't get it to go. Young has his pocket picked by number 11, Doyle.
Doyle still in 2.
Doyle makes a nice off-balance layup to give the Vikings an early 2-0 lead. It's a tough shot for the lefty going to his right like that. Ball quickly out. I think we got an offensive there.
That is an offensive foul on number 21, Claude Scott. His first, team first.
Offensive on Claude Scott, number 21. You could tell on that last. Nice release on the full court press. Saw Delray streaking down the right side. Ties it up, 2-2. Conwell picking up Davis. A long 3, yes.
Angelino for 3.
Anselmo, not Ensolimo.
Conwell strong for 2.
Whoa, a little racehorse basketball here. Conwell getting off the schneid. I don't think he had any points last night, so it's nice to see him get on the board here quickly. And then Davis comes right back to give the Vikings a 3-point lead, 7-4, 6:19 remaining. Young to inbound. Scott pressuring Lamberio. There aren't many people whose arms are quite as long as Lamberio's, but Scott's right up there. 2 long, lean guys. Delray tries to work inside. A lot of contact, no call. And Selmo pulls it back out. Ooh, a lot of contact, no call. Nice head fake, nice pass. Nice looking pass. Nice looking pass by Davis to Scott, not Scott to Davis.
Mario on the follow.
Steve picks up where he left off. 9-6. Panthers down by 3. 5:25 remaining. Pace of this game is a bit quicker. I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. Those long arms of Lamberio, he swats a lot of balls away. Nice hustle play by 21 Scott.
For 2.
Coach holds it.
For the Panthers.
Young got banged up a little bit. Trainer Joe's looking at his knee. Grabowski in for him. Panthers can't afford another injury to a guard. Nice penetration by Worthy and the bounce pass to Delray. Okay. Delray is down on the court. He had an injury after the basket as he was running back. We're probably going to take a little time out here while they attend to Delray, and we'll be back on the broadcast in a few minutes. Welcome back. Looks like a lower left leg, lower extremity injury to Delray. He's being helped off the court. We hope it's not serious. Seemed to just trip on his way back after the nice pass from Worthy. 11-8 Panther lead, 4:49 remaining first quarter. Schwaba in for Delray. Conwell picking up Davis. Fall away jumper. Tip in by Scott. Can't get it to go. Ball saved by number 2, Joyner. He checked in at that last break and play. Number 30 for the Vikings. Justin Ford, also came in. Panthers getting banged up here in the Tip-Off Classic with injuries to Young, Dabbitt, and now Del Rey. Little backdoor cut. Head fake, double pump. Davis looked a little bit out of control, but he got Schwab off his feet. I think this is going to be a foul on Jack.
Schwab on the foul. Davis will shoot 2. Schwab is first, team first.
First trip to the free throw line for either team. In and out for Davis. Davis will take his second shot, looking to extend the Viking lead. Number 11, Doyle, back in for the Vikings. This one rattles around and in. Some full court pressure by the Vikings. That free throw made it 12-8 Central. 3:59 remaining, first quarter. Tried to double team, trap Conwell. Conwell with a long 3, front rim, bounds out. Joyner tracks the rebound down in the corner. Vikings into their half-court set against the man-to-man pressure from the Panthers. That's going to be a tough shot for the much shorter Doyle. Liberio swatted the ball away from behind at 6'6" and with a big wingspan. That's a tough shot. Conwell is going to take a breather. Harris Beck in for him. Vikings showing a little bit of patience here under the leadership of Coach Chuck Crummey, 31 years at Central Catholic. A little shake and bake, and a one-hander is good.
Davis for 2.
Nice one-on-one play by Davis. Worthies sees a little pressure, ball swatted away. Limberio pulls up. Grabowski just inside the three-point line, yes.
Grabowski for 2.
Pulls the Panthers within 4, 14-10. Clock winds to 2:40. Ooh, a little sloppy play there by the Viking forward, Davis. Why there's a stoppage of play for the substitution, I don't know. Maybe, an injury. He must have jammed a finger or something. But Davis is leaving the court. (31) Farrell in, 21 Scott back in. We got substitutes. We got people coming in and out. We need a traffic cop to straighten these things out here. All right, looks like we're all settled now. 31 Farrell seeing his first action of the night for the Vikings. Doyle running the point. Kind of a small lineup for the Vikings. They've got 3-guard offense. Ball's deflected. The long arms of Davis grabbed that ball, or Scott, excuse me. Some lazy, a little bit lazy defense on the part of Limberio right there. The man had him beaten. He just kind of reached out and grabbed his shoulder. Need to play defense with your feet. Steve knows that. It's only the Panthers' second team foul, so the ball will be put in bounds. Working the ball into Erda. Erda with a turnaround jumper on Schwaba. Can't get it to go. Ball bounces around. Saved. Went to Limberio. And in the ensuing scramble for the ball, Limberio is fouled by 31 Farrell. It'll be Panther ball. Second team foul on the Vikings. Worthy, hounded by Farrell. Oh, bounce pass had a little too much mustard on it for Schwab to handle. Worthy did a nice job of penetrating, but couldn't get the conversion. Nice baseline move by Joyner. Beat back on the baseline, but couldn't convert it. Nice drive by Anselmo. Gives Central a 6-point lead. Limberio in the lane for two. Those are Limberio's first points. Makes the score 16-12 as the clock approaches 1 minute remaining. Erda was wide open. That's his first basket of the night. Takes the Viking lead back out to 6. Grabowski with a nice little behind the back dribble. Gets the ball on the wing to Limberio. He shoots it. Kind of looked like there was some contact, but I think he forced that one. And Selmo cannot get it to drop. Rebound Limberio, 33 seconds remaining, first quarter. Farrell comes out on Worthy. Worthy drives past him with the left hand. Very nice putback by Harris Beck. Ten seconds. Jumper from three-point range. In and out and in and out. Long range three for Beck. No dice. A little flurry of activity there as this first quarter ended. 18-14, Central Catholic 4-point lead. Well, the story of that quarter were injuries to both Del Rey and Young. Hope neither one is serious. Young was on the bench getting some attention from trainer Joe, rubbing his knee. Del Rey was helped off the court, not putting any weight at all on his left leg. We hope it's not serious, but I'll be honest with you, it did not look good to me. Quick recap of the scoring, very balanced scoring on both sides. Erda with 2, Doyle with 2, and Selmo with 5, Scott with 4, and Davis with 4 for the Vikings. On the other side of the ledger, Del Rey had 6 before he went out. Limberio with only 2, Conwell 2, Beck 2, and Grabowski 2.
The Lacarte family has hosted
18-14. Only 2 personal fouls only 2 team fouls on either side. No one in foul trouble yet. And a well-played competitive game that we were anticipating.
Network.com tomorrow. Check out the great pictures they're taking. They'll have some outstanding pictures.
See, starting the second quarter, we've got Conwell. Young's back in. That's good to see. Worthy, Limberio, and number 45, Duffy. Ooh, Conwell got away with what looked like may have been a step on that inbounds pass. You can't move on that play. Worthy with a nice drive, goes up right-handed, can't get it to go. Ball batted around, grabbed by 21 Scott. Scott and Selmo, number 11. Doyle, 32. I can't read my own writing. Number 24, Urzo. We have an Erda and an Urzo and a Calhoun. Nice defense by the Panthers. Everyone's swatting at Dakota as he comes across the timeline. Oh, nice. Oh, again, a nice penetration by Worthy. Conwell couldn't handle the bounce pass. On the fast break, Conwell comes down trying to reject the shot. It's going to be and one.
And one.
(2014) that takes the Viking lead out to 6 points as the clock approaches 7:07. And Selmo drops the free throw.
The old-fashioned 3. Foul was on Dakota Conwell.
Conwell inbounds the ball. Now, after a point, he can move sideways along the baseline. Conwell picked in the backcourt by Davis. Worthy makes a break down the sideline. Lamberio being hounded by number 11, Doyle. Three-pointer from Young. Yes!
Young for 3 for the Panthers.
Cuts the lead to 4, 21-17. Young does have a high arching shot. Arching or arcing? Arcing shot. Foul called on Worthy as he tried to defend against number 21, Scott, in the low post. Just seems when Young shoots that the ball's up there for forever. And when it comes down and hits nothing but net, it's a pretty sight. 21-17, 4-point Viking lead. Schwab in for Duffy. Doyle pulls it out, goes into his half-court set. Little jumper in the key, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Scott, goes up strong. Number 22, Davis, is in. He looks like he has some cotton on in his nose, so he must have caught an elbow or something. Young's pass almost picked off. Dakota does a nice job to just control possession. Panthers need to calm down here a little bit. Three-pointer grazes the rim. Lamberio, that long three by Young just grazed the rim, caught Dakota off guard, kind of hit him in the side of the head as it came off the rim at a strange angle. Lamberio then stole the ball in the backcourt and then was quickly fouled. A couple of bang-bang plays there. Hopefully we're all caught up now. Number 30, Ford, back in for the Vikings, along with 32, Calhoun. Oh, bank is open for Mr. Lamberio. 23-19, 4-point Viking lead. And Selmo, 3, can't get it to go. Nice hustle play by number 32 for the Vikings, Calhoun. Looks like he sort of went over Worthy's back and then tried to save the ball. A lot of effort, not a lot of result, but have to applaud his effort. Doyle goes to the bench. Number 2, Joyner, back in. Worthy doing a nice job breaking the pressure. It would appear that the Vikings watched last night's game, as they are collapsing and harassing Lamberio every time he touches the ball. He's had to work for every shot he's gotten tonight. He got hit from behind, should have been a foul, but we'll take the 2. As he went up for the jumper, he was hit on the left shoulder, but it didn't deter him. 23-21, Panthers within 2. Ball worked inside to Erda. Vikings in their half-court set. St. Clair matching up in the half-court. Little head fake on Schwab from Anselmo. Got in there with the big trees. Had to adjust his shot over the long arms of Lamberio. Couldn't get it to go. Jumper from Conwell, front rim, rebound back, can't get it to go. Schwab swats at it. That's Duffy, I'm sorry. Nice hustle play by Duffy. That ties the game, 23-23. It's our first tie since 0-0. Jumper, bank is open for number 22, Davis.
Davis off the glass for 3.
You don't usually bank one. Oh, it's a tray, excuse me. You don't usually bank it from the top of the key. Nice bounce pass from Worthy. Duffy for 2.
Worthy.
That's 4 points for Duffy. Again, Worthy doing a nice job on that drive and penetration. Wow, another beautiful shot from Davis.
And 1. Foul on Dakota Conwell. His second.
You hate to see that foul when he's shooting from three-point range. But 2 very pretty shots from Davis on the last 2 possessions. Takes the Central Catholic lead up to 4, 29-25.
Beck and Young back in the lineup for the Panthers.
21, Scott comes back in for the Vikings. Young and Beck back in for the Panthers. Schwab with the rebound off the missed free throw. Davis is 0 for 3 from the line, although he's killing the Panthers from the field. A harassing defense from the Vikings, almost causing a turnover. Duffy goes baseline, second thoughts. Oh, pull-up jumper. Limberio fights for it, can't get it to go. Ball's loose, Limberio picks it up. A lot of contact, no calls. Finally a call on Beck. Looked like Limberio was being hacked at.
His first.
Well, there's a good sign. Del Rey is walking back to the bench, putting full weight on his left leg. We'll see whether he can go back in, but the fact that he looks like there's some tape on his left, sticking out above his left, top of his shoe on his left foot, so it must have been an ankle injury. He looked like he was walking okay. Not sure how effective he'll be or whether he'll be back in tonight, but the fact that he's putting weight on it is a very, very good sign for the Panthers. 29-25, 4-point lead, just under 3 minutes remaining, second quarter. St. Clair had mounted a charge and tied up the game. Central responded with a nice 6-2 spurt of their own. Most of the damage being done by Davis. Not much contact there, but the foul's called on 21 Scott as Beck tried to circumnavigate around his leg.
Central Catholic's 15 foul.
Lincoln Davis back in. Del Rey is back on the court. I would not have thought. Who'd have thunk it with that injury he had earlier in the game? Let's keep our eye on him and see how his mobility is. Tries a little bit of spin move. He is favoring it a little bit. I got to be honest with you. God bless the young man for toughing it out and coming back in. But you have to wonder if he's not just doing more damage to the soft tissue by playing. And the bank is open. Duffy, some nice minutes for the Panthers. He's going back to the bench. The second one is good.
Del Rey converts both. Urso back in for the Vikings.
We've got Grabowski, Worthy, Del Rey, Young, and Limberio for the Panthers. Jumper won't go for Davis. Offensive rebound, kicks it back out. Long three, another offensive rebound for 43, Marchione. Panthers getting beat off the offensive glass there on the last 2 shots by the Vikings. Shot by Erda, in and out. Finally, a Panther rebound, cleared by Del Rey. He's not 100%. Oh, he might have got away with a little walk. Bodies flying everywhere. 3-pointer from the corner. Young slaps at it, but ball's controlled by the Vikings. Nice body control by number 24, Urzo. Worthy got position, but Urzo went straight up and didn't run into Worthy. Running one-hander from Limberio. Rebound Erda. 4-point Viking lead. Where's the defense? Del Rey came back to save the easy layup by number 24, Urso.
Garrett Del Rey, his first. Urso will shoot 2.
This is Urso's first trip to the free throw line tonight. Actually, not many fouls in this game at all. Not many shooting fouls anyway. First one is good. Takes the Viking lead up to 5. Schwaba in for Del Rey. Second one drops in off 2 rims. Worthy Hassel in the backcourt. Oh, that was Steve's favorite spot. He likes to pull up there, but he took an extra step to get his. He took an extra step to get his feet under him. Timing wasn't quite there, and he drained it, but to no avail. Lead stays at 6 points, 33-27 Vikings. 1 minute remaining. Nice drive by Davis. May have forced the shot. Worthy penetrates, kicks it out on the wing to Limberio.
Limberio for 3 from Mike Worthy.
He likes to shoot on that wing. Cuts the Viking lead in half, 33-30. Air ball from the corner from number 24, Urso. The Vikings control it, but they're calling, I think he's calling a palming. Ball control. Look, the signal was kind of vague from the referee. He gave the little motion with his hand as though it was palming or a carry, whatever. We used to call it palming back in the old days. 27.3 seconds remaining. Conwell will attempt to put the ball in here to Worthy. Some backcourt pressure. Grabowski comes over to help out. Limberio into Schwaba. Schwaba drops the shoulder. Draws the foul.
On Erda, Schwaba will shoot 2 for the Panthers.
Schwaba had some nice minutes off the bench last night against the Foxes. Had a couple of offensive rebounds and a couple of putbacks for 4. Jack didn't see much varsity action last year. As a junior, he'll be getting some nice minutes off the bench, provide some muscle on the boards. With the injury to Del Rey, him and Beck will both see their minutes go up. Duffy picked up a few minutes in this quarter as well. First one is good from Schwaba. Second rattles around and in. Pulls the Panthers within 1, 33-32. Davis with the jumper over Worthy, in and out. 7 seconds remaining. The Panthers are going to have to hustle. Worthy, nice pass over to. Oh! Beautiful pass from Worthy. Worthy has just played a great first half. Should have had 4 or 5 more assists than he had. Panthers haven't converted everything he's dished out. But nice pass to Beck. Beck will be at the line for 2 with a chance to give the Panthers their first lead of the evening. One second remaining. First one is good. 33-33. Number 43, Marchione, in for the last second of the game, or second of the half. Second one from Beck is also good. Long desperation shot. We're going to stay with the broadcast here and pick up the hip-hop dancers for a couple of minutes. And as soon as the PA announcer here finishes up with his words, I'll give you a recap of the scoring.
For the Panthers, Derek Young with 3, Dakota Caldwell with 2, Garrett Del Rey with 6, Steve Limberio with 13, Jack Schwaba with 2, and Beck with 2.
We're going to do our best this year. We're going to do our best this year when we have entertainment at the halftime, whether it's the drum line, the cheerleaders, the dancers, or whatever. We're going to try to stay with that and give you a couple extra minutes on the broadcast. We have the hip-hop dancers here tonight. They have their yoga pants and Upper St. Clair football tops on tonight. We did have some difficulty last night with the sound system. Hopefully that's corrected and our CD player will work from the get-go tonight. Actually, we've got the big sound system tonight. Wow, that was very entertaining. I get a headache watching them flip their hair around like that.
Fantastic.
We're going to take a break now, and we'll be back in a few minutes with an update from the scores. And go get yourself a cold beverage, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Score 34-33, Panthers with a 1-point halftime lead. Welcome back, sports fans. This is Hank Chesko along with videographer Sarah Merzlak. We're here to bring you the second half of the Upper St. Clair Central Catholic Viking basketball game. Upper St. Clair has a 1-point lead, 34-33. Let's do a little recap of the scoring from the first half, starting with the Vikings. Erda with 2, Doyle with 2, and Selmo with 8, Scott with 6, Lincoln Davis with 10, and Urzo, not Erda, there's Erda and Urzo with 4. Over on the St. Clair side, Del Rey had 8 in limited minutes. He had that ankle injury, tried to come back in, then had to sit back down. Limberio leading all scorers with 9. Conwell with 2, Young with a 3. Beck with some nice minutes off the bench had 4, 2 free throws and a bucket. Grabowski chipped in a bucket. Schwab with a couple of free throws, and John Duffy with some nice minutes off the bench. Warm-ups are finished. This hip-hop music should be finishing up shortly. In terms of the crowd here, we've got the Panther faithful student section, probably about 52% full tonight, a little bit over half. Not quite the crowd we had in last night. After the game, we will be bringing you some bonus coverage. There will be awards given out for tournament MVP and tournament teams.
Central Catholic 33, Upper St. Clair 34, Central Catholic.
Out on the court for Central Catholic, number 5 Erden, number 15 Anselmo, 21 is Scott, 22 Lincoln Davis coming in a little bit late off the bench, and it looks like number 11 Doyle. For the Panthers, Young, Worthy, Schwaba in for Del Rey, Limberio and Conwell. Conwell chasing Davis around the court. Davis draws the foul. Conwell considered one of the better defenders on the Panther team. But Davis is quick.
Davis will shoot 2.
The foul was on Limberio, not Conwell. Free throw is good from Davis. Makes him 1 for 4 tonight. Ties up the game here in the early going third quarter. In and out. Rebound Conwell. Interesting. Full court pressure off the miss. Long down court pass to Schwaba. Decides to kick it back out and let St. Clair get started into their half court set. Bounce pass over to Young. Young into Limberio. Nice passing by the Panthers. Gives them the 2-point lead back, 36-34. Much like the second half last night when Coach Holzer put Conwell on Duquette and shut Duquette down. We'll see what Conwell can do against Davis this evening. In and out for Anselmo. That gives him 10. Nice drive by Conwell. Conwell did a nice job of pulling up, went straight up with the shot. Erda had position, but Conwell didn't just bowl into him. Schwaba picking up Scott underneath. Conwell shadowing Davis everywhere. 38-36, Panther enjoying a 2-point lead. Davis had a notion to Scott had a notion to put up the 3. He looks incredulously at the official that called the travel on him, but I think he did shuffle his feet as he kind of caught the ball and then brought his feet together to get them underneath him. Some backcourt pressure. The lengthy Scott almost flicks the ball away from Limberio. Nice cross-court pass to the driving Young.
Young on a nice pass from Worthy.
Worthy, and right back. And Central Catholic comes right back. They do have some length underneath. Another bounce pass from Worthy. Schwaba, nice hustle, couldn't hold on to the ball. A little too much mustard. Christian Joyner and number 32, Calhoun, back in for the Vikings. Erda and Doyle take a seat. 40-38, 2-point Panther lead. Clock winds to 5:37. Again, keep your eye on the matchup with Conwell and Lincoln Davis. Davis is quick, Conwell a little bit stronger. 3-point shot. Scott comes flying out of nowhere to try to grab the offensive rebound, but Conwell controls it. Anselmo, nice bounce pass. I didn't know you could hang on the rim. Davis can get up in the air, ties it up 40-44. Conwell a little bit out of control. Ball out of bounds off of Central Catholic.
For the Panthers, Nolan Doyle in for the Vikings.
Scott and Anselmo out.
Sam Calhoun in for the Vikings.
Grabowski checked in. Beck checked in. Nice interior pass to Conwell. Worthy dishing out the dimes tonight. Very, very nice game from Mike. Not a lot of points, but quite a few assists, and he's done a nice job handling the ball. Little shake and bake by Davis.
Davis scoops for 2.
Gives him 15 for the evening. Oh, Beck a little bit out of position. Fast break. Conwell is back. Young steals the ball back. Oh, Beck tries to throw up the shot. He knew he was going to get hammered by number 11, Doyle. He saw him coming. He was a little out of position, a little too far underneath the basket. but threw it up just so he could draw the shooting foul.
Nolan Doyle. That is Nolan Doyle's third personal foul. Central Catholic's first team foul. Beck will shoot 2.
42-42. First one from Beck is short. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the first half. Duffy in, number 21, Scott back in for the Vikings. 24, Urzo back in as well. Second one is also short. Limberio fights for the rebound, but to no avail. Score remains 42-42. Ill-advised pass. It was tipped away. Worthy on the drive. Goes up strong. Fouled by Erda. Mike knew he was going to get hit. Went up strong. Drew the foul. See if Mike was working on his free throws today. First one is good. That's Worthy's first point of the night. Gives the Panthers a 1-point lead, 43-42. Just under 4 minutes. Coach Crummy just substituting almost in what would appear to be a willy-nilly fashion. People in and out. Second one is long for Worthy. Score remains 43-42. Beck picking up Davis. Not sure I like that matchup for the Panthers. A long three. Rebound by Grabowski. That's his spot. Worthy with the long rebound, drives, goes up lefty. A little too strong. Here come the Vikings. Another jam by Davis. And right back the other way for Duffy. A layup counts for the same amount of points as a jam. Puts the Panthers back in front. Duffy goes to the line for the three-point play. Very entertaining game put on by the Panthers and the Vikings so far, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, long. Tapped out by Beck. You know, that play when you try to tap it out, if you can't tap it directly to your own player, you almost start a fast break for the other team, which is what happened on the previous possession. Limberio tries to jump the pass, can't get there in time. Davis draws the foul on Beck.
Harris Beck's second. St. Clair's second team foul.
Duffy on Davis. He let the ball. Very bad passing by the Panthers. Duffy had position on Davis, didn't come to the ball, let the ball come to him. The ball got tipped away from him, and then a bad pass from Grabowski to give the Vikings an easy lay-in and the lead, 46-45. Some mental lapses there by the Panthers, unusual for a Holzer team. Limberio with a little difficulty getting the ball in bounds. No one was open. Urzo pestering Worthy. Worthy with a nice drive, can't get it to go. Schwab with the rebound, no. Limberio back up.
Limberio fouled on the follow. He will shoot 2 for the Panthers.
Panthers pounding the boards with Scott out of there. Scott's the big man with the long arms.
Team 4.
With Limberio and the bulky Schwaba. Panthers pounding the boards. And Duffy. Panthers a little bit bigger than the Vikings right now. Erda comes back in. The 6'4" Erda to help out on the boards for the Vikings. That free throw tied it.
Limberio converts both.
Limberio calmly drains two to give the Panthers a 1-point lead. 2:11 remaining, third quarter. Schwaba coming out on the wing to guard Marchione. Erda tries to work it inside. Turnaround jumper, not a good looking shot. Worthy being harassed in the backcourt by Marchione. Weaves, drives. Oh, see now there's that play again where you knock the offensive rebound away, and then all you did was start a fast break for the Vikings. Worthy penetrating nicely, just can't seem to get that running one-hander to go. Conwell, nice head fake. Works it into Schwaba. Schwaba turns, faces, gets his own rebound. Over to Limberio from the top of the key. Yes!
Limberio for three from Jack Schwaba.
That's 16 points tonight for Limberio. Takes the Panther lead out to 4, their biggest lead of the night. Davis goes to work.
That was Dakota's third personal, St. Clair's third team.
Young back in for Duffy.
Young in for the Panthers. Calhoun
32 Calhoun. And Anselmo back in.
in for the Vikings.
Urzo to inbound it under his own basket. Panther ball after the turnover.
In for the Vikings.
It's hard to keep up with Coach Crum in these substitutions, I got to tell you.
In for the Vikings.
Cush and Joyner both in. Nope. Now Cush is going back to the table. Kind of, I guess, a not quite legal substitution. He has to wait. Worthy weaves through again. Young on the penetration. Limberio for the three. Yes. Basket counts. But it looks like there's going to be a foul on Schwaba.
Foul was on Schwaba, his second. The three-point field goal by Limberio is good, counted.
It's a 7-point lead for the Panthers, their largest lead of the evening. 51.7 seconds, 53-46 lead. Duffy goes to the bench. Grabowski picks up Anselmo. Anselmo can't get the nice drive to work. Anselmo is a surprisingly effective player. Not flashy, but he just gets things done. Grabowski tied up, whips a pass over to Young. Worthy looks to drive again, goes inside on Erda. Can't get it to go. Young sets up Limberio. 6 seconds to go. Vikings looking to cut into that 7-point Panther lead. Three-pointer at the buzzer, can't go for Erda. Wow, that was an exciting third quarter of play. Panthers have extended their lead, a 1-point lead at halftime, out to 53-46, out to a 7-point lead. Some nice three-point shooting from Limberio and some balance. Other than Lincoln Davis, not much offense coming from anyone else on the Vikings side. Who am I to second-guess Coach Crummy? But boy, sometimes you just need to let guys play for a while and get into the rhythm and the flow of the game. People were coming out so fast and furious, I couldn't keep up with them, and sometimes you just, as a player, you just can't get into the flow of the game. Quick reset here. Both teams with 4 team fouls. Couple of Panthers big men picking up some fouls. Schwaba has 2, Conwell has 3. Del Rey with the injury, I don't think he'll be coming back in. Young, who got banged up in the first quarter and had his knee was being looked at by trainer Joe. But he seems to be none the worse for wear.
Both teams have all timeouts remaining.
If you heard the PA man, both teams have all timeouts remaining. That means you might get stuck listening to me yap through a lot of timeouts in the fourth quarter. We've got Anselmo putting the ball into number 11, Doyle. He's teamed up with Scott and number 2, Joyner and Erda. Nice steal by Limberio. We've got Limberio, Worthy, Conwell, Duffy, and Young. The Del Rey minutes being split between Duffy, three-pointer from Young, gets his own rebound. No one boxed out the shooter. As I was saying, the Del Rey minutes being shared by Beck, Duffy, and Limberio goes down hard. Fast break the other way, and Schwaba. Limberio's a little slow getting up, walking at court. Hopefully just had the wind knocked out of him. Hit the ground hard on that last one. This is Scott's first trip to the free throw line. Let's see his stroke. In and out. Panther lead remains 7. Lincoln Davis coming back in for Anselmo.
Davis back in for the Vikings.
This is a bigger lineup now for the Vikings with Anselmo out and Erda, Scott, and Davis all in. Second one is good, 6-point lead. Worthy, again, breaks the pressure by driving up the middle, loses control. Looks like it might have been a walk there. Limberio goes up strong, can't get it to go. Here come the Vikings. Nice, very nice play by Doyle. Doyle dropped his shoulder, initiated the contact with Conwell to keep him off of him, and then went up strong. Very nice play by Doyle. Gives him 4 points for the evening. Cuts the Panther lead to 4. Limberio works the ball into Conwell. Conwell tied up. Conwell called for the travel. Just about everybody on the Panther side feels that there was a foul and that the travel was a result of the foul, but the complaints are falling on deaf ears. Lincoln Davis head fake. Short, gets his own rebound, piles into Schwaba, bounces off of Schwaba. Here come the Panthers. Rebound cleared by Conwell. Conwell drives baseline, goes up strong, can't get it to go. Nice strong baseline drive off the bounce pass.
Conwell will shoot 2 for the Panthers.
This is Conwell's first trip to the free throw line tonight. He has 6. Nothing but net on the first one. Conwell's 7th point gives the Panthers a 5-point lead. Calhoun back in along with Joyner for the revolving door lineup for Coach Crummy. Second one is also good by the quarterback, linebacker, forward. Anselmo picked up by Worthy at the top of the key. A long 3 from the corner. Scott was skying for that rebound. Mistimed his jump a little bit. Scott just flashes out in places you don't expect him to. You don't expect the big man to be picking up the guard out on 40 feet away from the basket. I don't know if he's freelancing or that's the defense. A nice jumper by Conwell. Conwell with 10 points, 8 here in the second half. A nice spark for the Panthers. Takes the lead out to 8 points. Lincoln Davis works inside, gets the ball to drop. Worthy again breaks the press off the dribble. Limberio, pull-up jumper. Might have been a pass. Schwaba decides to take it back out. Reset the offense. Worthy for three. Air ball. Conwell saves it. No, he couldn't quite get to it.
The 50-50 number is 711-171. That's 711-171. Please report to the public address table.
Well, I didn't win the 50-50 again, so you don't get to no interruption in the broadcast. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Panthers with a 6-point lead, 57-51. I don't know. Looks like that was a clean tie-up, but Davis is just such a dynamic offensive player. The head fakes.
That foul is Harrisbeck's third.
The head fakes and the quickness.
Sixth
He's just a very, very difficult matchup problem for the Panthers. First one rattles in. That gives Davis 20 points this evening. 20 of the 52 Viking points.
Grabowski in for the Panthers.
Worthy, Limberio, Conwell, Schwaba, and Grabowski for the Panthers. Conwell puts it in to Worthy. Limberio breaks the press quickly. Grabowski in the corner. Tries to get it over to Schwaba, but Davis just went skying through there. Nice penetration by Joyner. Little too much mustard on the pass for Erda. Vikings had a chance to cut the lead to two. Limberio with the head fake. Pull up jumper in the lane.
Limberio for two from Grabowski.
That's 21 for Limberio. A long three from Anselmo. Front rim. Rebound by Scott. Three from Erda. Yes.
Erda for three.
At three from Erda. That's 5 points for him tonight. Cuts the Panther lead to three with 4:06 remaining.
If you'll stay in your seats for a few minutes after the game, we'll be announcing a 5-member all-tournament team and a most valuable player. So please remain seated for several minutes after the game, please.
And as I had said earlier, we will be covering that all-tournament announcement as well. Well, this looks like Panthers had broken out to a 7-point lead. Vikings clawing their way back in have cut it to 4 on that three-pointer by the 6'4" Erda. Actually, the last several times down court, the Vikings have been throwing up the threes and finally got one to drop. Panthers have been breaking the press off the dribble, but haven't always been able to convert. A little bit out of control a couple of times. Passes with a little bit too much heat on them. Conwell, Worthy, Young, Duffy, and Limberio. Joyner, Scott, Urzo, Anselmo, and Erda for the Vikings. Scott in the backcourt, those long arms. He can cut off the passing lanes. Scott picking up Limberio. Worthy on the drive. Finally gets the layup to go in, but he was fouled away from the basket.
Fouls on Joyner. That is Joyner's second. That is Central Catholic sixth.
Both teams with 6 team fouls.
The bonus on next fouls.
Lincoln Davis and 11 Doyle check back in. Defensive pressure causes a little bit of problem on the inbounds pass. Davis picks up Conwell. Scott harassing Limberio.
Foul is on Nolan Doyle.
That should be his fifth.
Fifth foul. Derek Young will shoot.
Doyle is done.
For the Panthers.
Couple of big free throws here for Derek. Could take the Panther lead out to 5 if he drops both ends with the 1-and-1. that's almost like in the NFL where they call a timeout just as the guy's about to kick the field goal. Derek had himself set, took his deep breath, ready to shoot. And then all of a sudden, Crummy decides to interrupt his concentration and finally make the substitution. It's probably the ref's fault there. The refs, usually you get a minute or so to make the substitution after someone's fouled out. The referee should not have given the ball to Young and allowed him to line up until Central Catholic was given a chance to bring in the substitute for the fouled out Doyle. Let's see if Derek can compose himself and drain a couple to give the Panthers a little breathing room. First one is good.
Young gets the second.
Panthers 4-point lead, 60-56, 3:39 remaining. Second rattles around and drops. Well done, Derek. That gives him 7 points for the evening. Big free throws, big free throws. Beck comes in.
Beck and Duffy in.
Conwell picking up Davis. Joyner pass too high. It's got to be real high if it's going to be too high for Scott with his height and his length. Full court pressure by the Vikings. Dane, you can't move. I called him Dane. It's Dakota. We'll see how many times I do that this season. But he looked like he was moving sideways, and that wasn't a basket. Oh. Now, on a play like that, when it was out of bounds off of the Vikings, you can't move sideways. You have to keep your feet. When you put the ball in under the basket and there's a breakage and stoppage in play, sometimes a player can get confused. Rebounding foul by the Panthers will send the Vikings to the line. Chance to cut into the lead with the clock stopped.
Scott will shoot the 1-1 for the Vikings.
Scott has 9 points. He's one of 2 from the free throw line. First one is good. He'll get the bonus. Panther lead down to 4, 61-57. 3:17 remaining. Second bounces around. Rebound cleared by Duffy. Gets some pressure. Gets the ball over to Conwell. Conwell getting double teamed in the backcourt. He needs some help. Watch out, Derek. Oh, somebody's got to let him know that player's there. Nice strip by Young. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Personal foul on Young. Davis will shoot 2.
Young will set. That'll send Davis to the line for 2. See if he can add to his 20-point total for the night. First one drops, shooter's touch. Cuts the Panther lead to 3. Schwaba in for Duffy. Joyner in for Urzo. Second one also drops. Panther lead down to 2. Again, stay tuned after the game. We'll have the all-tournament team and the tournament MVP. I'm going to go out. Wow, 10-second call. No one was helping out Dakota. Costly error by the Panthers. One of the other guards needs to come back and help him out on that. It looks like Crummy is calling a timeout.
Timeout Central Catholic, that is a full. That is their first. Both teams have 4 timeouts remaining.
If you could hear the PA man, both teams have 4 timeouts remaining with 2:49 to go. Panthers have committed 8 team fouls, so there'll be one more 1-and-1 for the Vikings on the next foul. Vikings have committed 7 team fouls, so the Panthers will be shooting 1-and-1 a couple of more times before they go to the double bonus. As I was about to say, they'll be announcing the MVPs and the all-tournament teams. I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest that either Limburyu or Lincoln Davis will be the tournament MVP. If Central wins, it'll be Davis. If St. Clair wins, it'll be Steve. The Panthers front court have done a nice job against the taller, explosive Viking front court, especially with their big man and leading rebounder and scorer on the bench most of this game. We've got Joyner, Lincoln Davis, Scott and Selmo and Erda. Young, Conwell, Worthy, Schwaba, and Limburyu for the Panthers. They try an alley-oop. Davis was way up there, but the pass was a little bit off. Young man can get up there. Worthy had a notion to drive, cut off nicely by the Viking defender. The Viking defense came out to double team Limburyu right along the timeline. They were very close to getting the turnover, but instead Limburyu goes to the line, shooting the front end of a 1-and-1 with the Panthers ahead by 2. Calmly drops the first one.
Limburyu will get the second.
Second one also good by Limburyu. He's 4-4 from the line.
Both sides of the 1-on-1.
Gives him 23 for the evening. The Panthers a 4-point lead. Three-pointer from Davis. No good. Conwell with the rebound. Conwell had a little bit of contact after Davis put up the three, but there was no call. And Selmo picking up the taller. And Selmo, shorter and quicker, pressures Limburyu into a travel. See if the Vikings can take advantage of that Panther turnover. Nice pass into Davis from Scott. It's 24 for Davis. Yet another timeout. Not much has changed since the last full timeout by the Vikings. Still a 2-point Panther lead. The Vikings have been turning up the defensive pressure on the last several possessions, almost getting a turnover on one, and then finally getting the turnover as Limburyu was out at near the mid-court line by himself with the harassing Anselmo creating a turnover. If we look at the upcoming schedule for the Panthers, next week we'll have a home game against Knock on the 14th, Tuesday, and a home game against Blackhawk on the 15th. The following week on the 21st, Tuesday the 21st, we'll be at Baldwin. A couple of days off for Christmas, and then Christmas week we'll be at the Gateway Tournament out in Monroeville. Conwell to put the ball in. He can move sideways because it was after a basket. A 5-second violation. No one could get open. Some pressured defense. Nice defense from the Vikings, creating another turnover. And Selmo, head fake, Pull-up jumper. Can't get it go. That's got to be out. If it hits the top of the backboard, I'm not sure why that wasn't out. But Limberio pulled down the rebound nonetheless. Panther lead remains 2 points, 63-61. Oh, Jack, you got to go in for that. Beck goes in strong. Can't get it to go. Limberio taps it in. I'm not sure how Steve did that, but he did it. A nice interior pass to Schwaba. Looked like he could have gone straight up with the ball, but decided to kick it out. And literally, Beck did kick it off of his knee. Ball bounced around. Beck went up strong. Limberio crashed the boards. Got the tip in. Give the Panthers a 4-point lead, 65-61. My, oh my. Well, if you're watching this game tonight, I think you can tell that the Panthers are going to put on they're going to put on a good show just about every night. We've got 3 strong senior leaders, and Beck, Del Rey, and Limberio, and a nice cast of juniors and a couple of sophomores. They're going to be competitive in just about every game they play this year. So come on out for some of the home games. As I was mentioning before, we got a couple of home games next week against Knock and Blackhawk. Some atypical, not who we usually play, some non-section games before we get into the meat of the schedule after the new year. Moon and Char Valley added to our section this year. A little bit different in addition to the usual Peters, Baldwin, Bethel, and Mount Lebanon. Char Valley moving up to Quad A this year from Triple A. Didn't lose a single Triple A game last year to a Whitfield team and moved up one section. Oh, he shuffled his feet, but a jump shot, long, tip in by Scott.
Scott on the tip in for Central Catholic. Timeout, Central Catholic.
Scott elevates as well. Nice tip in by Scott. I thought that Davis shuffled his feet at the top of the key. May have gotten away with one there. That tip in cuts the Panther lead back to 2, 65-63. Yet another timeout with 1:08 remaining. Look for the Vikings to come up with some full court pressure on this inbounds pass. The last time, remember, after a basket, they put the pressure and Conwell could not get the ball in bounds. The Panther faithful mimicking some of the hammer time moves in the stands. With "you can't touch this," a little shuffle back and forth. Looks like it's construction worker night in the St. Clair stands. See some yellow hard hats and some orange safety gear. Panthers will have Schwaba, Conwell, Young, Limberio, and Worthy. Vikings will have Lincoln Davis, Scott, Anselmo, Erda, and Urzo. Limberio comes back to the ball, picked up in the backcourt. You got to watch it. We had a 10-second violation last time. Dakota, you can't do that. Worthy breaks the press. He's going to go all the way in, goes up strong. Schwaba with the rebound. Oh, Schwaba can't get it to go. Worthy was hit hard. Worthy is in pain on the sidelines. He may have come down hard on his back. He went hard to the basket. A lot of contact. Schwaba cleaned up. 65-65. Panthers can't afford another injury to a guard. Beck's coming back in. That backcourt pressure has been turned up by the Vikings in the last 4 minutes. A turnover on putting the ball in bounds under the basket, a turnover on a 10-second violation, and then a turnover just there on the backcourt pressure. With Worthy out, that further reduces our ability to to beat that pressure in the backcourt. Schwaba makes the first. Gives the Panthers a 1-point lead, 46.5 remaining. Panthers have a fairly big. The second one rattles home. Big shots by the young Jack Schwaba. 2-point Panther lead. Look for Davis to work on whoever's guarding him. Oh, Davis takes the jump shot. He's fouled by Duffy.
Foul is on John Duffy. Davis will shoot two for the Vikings with 37.3 seconds remaining.
Leading scorer for the Vikings, Davis goes to the line. First one rattles in. That's the third one in a row where he's hit the rim and it's dropped.
Young and Worthy in the lineup for the Panthers.
Pulls the Vikings within one. Worthy and Young just checked in. 37.3 remaining. Second one is good.
Davis converts both.
That full court pressure. There's 10 seconds, guys. You can't wait forever. Worthy is fouled as he drives down the sideline. It's hard to tell whether he lost his balance before or after the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two. That should be the 10th.
That is Central Catholic's 10th foul there.
So he will shoot two. 67-67, 30.5 seconds remaining. First one rattles out. Some poor sportsmanship out of the Central Catholic stands, shouting as the players took the shot. Seems to be effective. Second one is out too. Again, Central Catholic continues to show poor sportsmanship in the fans. In the I think actually it's their JV players. The ball lost by Davis. Conwell in for the layup, goes up lefty, is good. Davis has had a spectacular game, just lost control of the ball with with about 15 seconds remaining. Got to feel bad for the young man. He's had a great game, both from the free throw line and from the field. All right, let's recap. 8.8 seconds remaining. 8.8 seconds remaining. Panther lead is 69-67. Both teams are in the double bonus. So if you're Crummy on the road, do you take a three to try to win it in regulation? I think everyone in the stands knows that Lincoln Davis will get the ball here, and you look for Lincoln to make a play. He's your playmaker. You're going to look for him to make a play. Conwell, Limberio, Beck, Worthy, and Schwaba. Erda, Anselmo, Scott, Davis, and Erda, and Urzo. Now Coach Holzer calls a timeout. He saw the package that the Vikings were bringing in and made changes defense around to match up better. This is one exciting game. If you missed it, shame on you. As they came out of that timeout, it appeared that Scott was going to inbound the ball. Look for them to run a screen or a back screen and free up Davis along the baseline. They've run a couple of alley-oops for him where he came off a double pick and tried to get an alley-oop into him on the weak side. The young man has been very impressive. Schwaba with a couple of key free throws here in the closing minutes that put the Panthers ahead. Vikings came back to tie it up, and then off of a turnover by Davis, Conwell picked the ball up and drove in, went up with the left hand. Made that layup with 8.8 seconds remaining. Ball inbound to Davis. 6 seconds. He's a little far from the basket. Anselmo takes the three. And that's it. Anselmo took the long three. Ball hit the front rim. Rebound was picked up by Lamberio. Held on to it. What a spectacular game. As I said, we're going to have a couple extra minutes of coverage here as we announce the all-tournament teams. I'm gonna suspect that Lamberio will be the MVP. We'll do a little recap of the scoring here while the players congratulate each other. Erda had 5 for the Vikings. Doyle 4, and he fouled out. Anselmo played a nice game. He had 10 for the Vikings. Clark had 12. Let's see. David Urzo had 6 for the Vikings, and Lincoln Davis was the leading scorer for the Vikings with, give me a second to count, 26. Very nice game for Mr. Davis. 26 points for Lincoln Davis. Over on the other side, Del Rey had 8. Lamberio had 24. On the all-tournament team, Brandon Duquette from Fox Chapel. Worthy had 1 from the free throw line tonight, but a lot of assists. Conwell had 10. The last was the lay-in that gave the Panthers the victory. Young had 7. Beck had 4. Grabowski had 2. Schwab, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Spencer Casson from Char Valley on the all-tournament teams. And John Duffy with 6 points off the bench. Again, some nice minutes from Duffy coming off the bench, filling in for Del Rey. And Selmo, who I talked about a little bit earlier, who does not, he's not the biggest guy, he's not the strongest guy, but he just gets it done.
From Central Catholic, Lincoln Davis, 2 outstanding games.
Lincoln Davis at 26.
Fantastic basketball player.
Lincoln Davis, 26 against the Panthers in a losing effort. He is hard to stop.
St. Clair, you don't have to score points to make an all-tournament team. He played 1 outstanding floor game and fought their pressure all game. Michael Worthy.
Worthy on the all-tournament team. Again, he was dishing out assists in the second game. Looks like he's got a little slow. Might have a tough back.
It came down to 2 guys, and the winner got the MVP. Steve Lamberio. Congratulations, Steve.
Well done, Steve. 24 tonight, 31 last night. Well, there you have it. Central Catholic fought hard, tried to come back, had the ball with the last 10 seconds to go, but our Panthers hold on for a 2-point win, 69-67. This is Hank Chesko saying thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Come out next week and see a couple of home games. Thank you, and until next time, take care.